Today's episode is brought to you by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is going to get that good food. Let's jump into this podcast.
Hello, everybody, it's time for Cox and Crendor.
Cox and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4-hour recording studios. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's Cox and Crendor in the morning.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Cox and Crendor in the morning.
Cox and Crendor in the morning.
That's true. It's us. Although it may not be morning. I mean, it's like
That's true.
2/3 true. Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really just depends. It always depends where you are. I never knew if it's like Cox and Crendor in the morning, like we're in the morning, or you're in the morning, right?
Really, it's on you. Yeah. Listener, it's on you.
Yeah. Yeah, really, it's on the listener.
That's what you bring to this. Cox and Crendor, that's us.
Yeah.
In the morning, that's your thing. You got to handle that.
Yeah, you got to handle it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Speaking of handling it, you're getting hit by the old LA hurricane.
I am handling it. Yeah, it's been a trip. So, nothing yesterday. Totally just a normal day. Everything was fine. People out about. Today, people still out and about. Rain started at like 10 a.m. here in LA. What did I just say? 10 a.m. here in
10 a.m.
Oh, it's been a day.
10 a.m.
I will say, I don't know if it's the pressure or whatever it is, but barometric pressure, it's something. But my head feels like compressed. It's an uncomfortable feeling. Either way, the weather started raining. Not really that bad, just sort of rain, and it's been that way all day. And in some areas of California, that's bad because a lot of rain in a desert isn't a good thing. But most of the time, it's just rain. LA's doing pretty good. The LA River is like actually a river now. However, I don't know, maybe around 5 o'clock, it stopped raining and everything seemed fine. And I was like, oh, wow, this isn't even that bad. And then around 7 p.m., it picked up. And now it is windy and raining, and it actually looks outside like, oh, yeah, no, that's what I thought this would look like. So I think we finally are getting it.
Out of curiosity, what's the LA River look like before this?
Not a river. It looks like sort of a concrete basin under a bunch of bridges.
So it's not really a river.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but it's not. So it's basically the excess water flow from sewers and whatever and the ocean, and it's what keeps us from being flooded, I think.
I see.
I think. I don't know the rules. I don't know the history of the LA River at all. I just know that 90% of the time there's no water in it, and then when it rains really badly or there's like some crazy surf, there's water in it, and it's the reason why I assume a lot of the homes aren't flooded.
Los Angeles River. I gotta see this. This sounds... I think I know. Oh, yeah. I feel like I've seen this in movies.
I mean, you've definitely driven past it. You've seen it in movies, too, because there's car chases and stuff in it all the time.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and if you could drive a car in it, that means there's no water. But for the most part, it's kind of abandoned, and except for, I guess, homeless that live there and trash people throw down there into the concrete.
Yeah.
But when it rains, in December, when everyone else is getting snow, we get a lot of rain for like a week. And during that week, it floods the river, and, it isn't terrible, but it can get crazy down there. I saw some people on the news standing by it, like looking at it. They're like, wow, that's crazy. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I just wanted to see it. I've never seen it have water before. It's like, okay, all right.
Wow, the river really has water in it. This is crazy.
There was a guy on the news, the news interviewer person was standing by the river. There's a guy, he has a shirt that has a bunch of rubber ducks on it, shorts and sandals and like a hat, like a Batman hat.
Right.
And he's sitting there and he's like, yeah, I'm back from the East Coast and we never really get weather like this here. So, I figured I'd go for a walk, check the place out. I'm like, bro, you walking in sandals in the middle of a storm? LA's wild, man. LA's crazy. There was a guy on the news. His name was like Thaddeus. And he basically looked like blonde Alex.
Yeah.
Except without a beard. So imagine Alex, no beard, long blonde hair, in a hat that said like trucker for life. And he's standing outside of a beauty salon. And they're like, well, what are you doing here? And he's like, well, this is usually where I get my candles. And I was, first off, what? He's like, it was usually where I get my candles. And I figured maybe if it's crazy tonight, I should just get my candles and, be prepared. But there's a sign behind him that says, store closed due to earthquake mess. Yeah, by the way, spoiler, we had an earthquake today during a hurricane.
What? I didn't know that.
Yep, we had an earthquake. It was amazing. I was sitting here, I don't know, 2 or 3 p.m., whatever I tweeted about it. I made a tweet. And, it was raining outside, and everyone was bracing for the hurricane, and then literally everything, it was a 5.0.
I don't know what that means. I don't get earthquakes.
It shakes, stuff shakes, but it's not life-threatening.
Okay.
And so I say that generally. If there are people who died, my apologies. But, the whole thing shakes, my apartment shook, but nothing, fell off the walls or nothing broke. I wasn't near the epicenter.
It's a pretty standard earthquake for you. Yeah,
I saw some videos of the epicenter of it, like a video of a bar, and some of the bottles fell off the wall, but it wasn't terrible, nothing collapsed.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting here watching TV while it happened, and I just chuckled to myself, well, of course. Well, of course this is what happened. We get 2 in 1.
Yeah, it's numerous catastrophes in one day.
There's also fires and stuff. If anything, people posting all those Pokemon clips of all the water, fire, earth Pokemon fighting, very accurate.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So it's been whatever. It's dark out now, so I can't really see anything. But I know it's raining because my parents were like, hey, come over and have dinner. I was like, what? So I walked over to my parents' house. And it wasn't raining when I walked over, which was wild because I thought it'd be crazy. Brought an umbrella, fine. Ate dinner with my parents, watched the news. My parents have these mints that are delicious, so I had one of those and was sucking on that thing for 45 minutes. It was great. Yeah. And then walked home. The minute I stepped outside to go home, and the way I knew, oh my God, wait, what we saw today was nothing. I walked outside and it was coming down sideways, dude. The rain, I had my umbrella and it was hitting me from the side. I'm like, how's that even possible? And so, thankfully it's not that far of a walk. And then I got home and changed because I was soaking wet. And now I'm doing this with you. But apparently it's just starting now and it's going to be bad in LA overnight. But
I see.
I guess it's a very slow moving storm. I don't know the rules. It could be fast moving, but a lot of rain. Basically, it's moving at a speed in which we're going to get 2.5 inches over the next few hours.
Oh, I see. So it's moving slow. So it's a lot of rain happens all at once, or kind of just, it keeps raining because it's not moving very fast.
Yeah, the danger is flash floods. Things like that. A lot of rain. It isn't like wind's going to knock over your house. It's more of your car getting swept away by water, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think that's what people are concerned about.
Yeah, that's it. Plus, isn't with the valley or whatever, don't you get mudslides and stuff?
Not us, but around us. It's actually fascinating. I was watching on the news, the valley that LA is in. There's a lot of, places in the desert and mountains and stuff around LA. But that valley LA's in, for some reason, because the mountains, and I say for some reason because I just don't know the scientific nature of it, but all of the heavy winds and all of the heavy rain are kind of moving around it. It hits the mountains and is no, I'm good, and moves away. So the areas around us, in the desert to the east and to the mountain areas to the north, mostly if you're driving, the path from LA to Vegas, that place is getting destroyed.
Oh,
they're getting, that's the eye of it. They're getting hit. But LA's, we're going to get a lot of rain. And I'm a little more concerned about people than I am the weather right now. Because, LA people are crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Are they going to the grocery stores and buying shit up and stuff or what?
Dude, I went over to my parents' house at 5 p.m. There were cars on the street. There were people walking around. There was no rain at the time, but it felt weird. You could see the clouds.
Yeah.
It almost felt like we were in the eye, but we clearly weren't in the eye. We were just in a pocket of no rain. But it was weird. It felt weird. It was both hot and moist and damp, but also everything was wet on the ground, but the sky was kind of clear. It was bizarre. But people were out. People were driving around. I don't know why. There were some streets that were clearly flooded, and people were just driving through them. I'm like, yo, that's how you ruin your car, dude. What are you doing?
That definitely is. Yeah, can you just like mess up the engine and just everything?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All that water up in there. I mean, combustion needs fire to, it's a combustion. Unless you, I was about to say unless you have an electric car, but I imagine water's not great for an electric car either. So.
Yeah. It's probably better to just not go that way. But they're probably like, I gotta go this way.
Yeah, I was talking with the Starbucks near me. I was there the other day, and I was like, yo, do you guys have the weekend off? And they're like, no, we'll be here. So if you see us floating down the street trying to save us. I was like, oh, my God. Yeah. So I guess most people did not care. I don't know. It's L.A., man. We've never really had this before. I was listening to the radio, and a guy was like, the last time L.A. had a hurricane, Hitler was alive. And I'm like, why would you say it like that? It's like, all right, sure.
I mean, it made you remember it.
It did. I mean, it made me remember it for how weird it was. But yeah, a weird thing to say. He could have said since the 40s, but he's like, no, Hitler was alive. Like, oh, all right. Okay. Weird thing to say.
Yeah. Well, at least, it's going to be a fun, well, at least I guess for you, it'll be a fun experience. It doesn't seem like you're going to get hit that hard. But maybe your power will go out or something bad's going to happen. I don't know.
Maybe. I heard a lot of areas around here the power went out. But I think, man, I don't know if I told you this, but it is definitely a Jesse story through and through. A few months back, maybe like 2 months ago, I was recording Scary Game Squad. And we finished up at like 1 a.m. And I drive home, get to my block, and there's maybe 16 power department trucks. I'm like, what the hell? That's when I realized the entire street's completely pitch black, just dark. Like, what happened? So I think, okay, well, the power's out. That's no good. Get to my apartment, realize, oh, wait, the giant gate that lets me into the garage will not open if the power's out. So I go down to the end of the street and I ask the guys, hey, what's going on? And I look behind them. They're underground because the street that I'm on, all the power lines are underground instead of above ground. And the guys are down underground working, and there is literally, it looks like there's a fire, like smoke coming up from this hole in the ground. Yeah, there's guys in complete full, like I was about to say costumes, but like fire protection gear going down on there. And I was like, what's going on here? And they're like, oh yeah, something exploded, so we're gonna be repairing and reinstalling everything. We got to bring a new transfusomizer down here. And we got to do all. I was like, okay. Do you know how long it's gonna take? And it's like, it could be all night. I'm like, oh my god. So it's 1 a.m. Clearly, I have stuff to do in the morning. But I'm sitting outside my apartment in my car, listening to the radio, just eyes closed, hoping they'll get done soon because I can't get in and I can't park. And more importantly, I can't just walk in because the doors are also bolt locked with, some program thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just stuck in the car. Like, cool, awesome. So at this point, the security guy comes up in his little security vehicle and he knocks on my window because I'm sleeping in the car. And he's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I can't get in, dude. He's like, oh, geez, have you tried the door? I'm like, yeah, man. I've lived here forever. I've tried the door. I did all this. He's like, oh, geez, all right, well, sleep tight, I guess, and drives off. I'm like, okay, cool. And then random people are coming in, party kids are finally coming home at 2 a.m. And they're like, dude, what's going on, man? I'm like, I guess there was a fire or something. So I must have been there till 3 a.m. Finally got into my apartment and called the office hey guys, I'm just gonna be late tomorrow. Hung up. And I think the good news is that while a lot of places around us are losing power, because they just refixed and retransmographed everything under there, because they had to replace it all, it's probably the newest, best equipment. So we're fine at the moment.
Well, that's pretty good then.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
But
fingers crossed.
I like how that's your logic too. They got the top tier transmogrification. There's no way this breaks down though.
I mean, fingers crossed, dude. It could very well. It is underground, and water does. Oh my God! Speaking of water, I was about to say water does go down, but holy crap! There was a woman on the news, and this is why I love local news. Oh my God, it's always so good. There's a woman on the news they were interviewing, and she and her husband, they're like, we live in the mountains, and we were shocked that when we came down the mountain, there was more water down here than there was up in the mountain. And I'm just like, yeah, because water flows downhill. Like, how is that a shock to you?
Yeah.
They were like, we got down to the bottom of the mountain, water's everywhere. I'm like, yeah, that's how it works.
I can't believe it. Gravity.
I can't believe it. They're like, our home was fine. We get down here, streets are flooded. I'm like, yeah, that's because all your water flowed down here.
That is, it truly is crazy. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, there was a lot of delay, that kind of thing. Where there's one guy driving, which is crazy to me. There's a guy driving, and they're like, all right, we're now going to chip in his car. And they cut the chip, and he's driving. And it's like a good 30 seconds before he turns and goes, driving now on the 18, headed from one part of San Diego to the other. It's like, dude, you're doing a news report while driving? What are you doing?
That's like the Weather Channel. They do that crazy stuff. They're just like, we're in the middle of a storm right now. And there's like trees and shit. There's like branches flying past them. They're just like, I just got hit with a branch. Oh, it's just like, what?
They tried to do that in L.A. There was a woman on a beach, and she's like, it's really starting to hit San Diego very badly. And in the background, it's raining, but there's just like birds walking around. It does not look threatening at all. There was one shot I saw on the news where they were like, Huntington Beach, it is getting very bad here. And there's like 4 kids walking up from the beach holding coffees. Like,
it's getting crazy here. Everybody got to watch out.
They were clearly news hyping it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they were just like really sensationalizing the whole thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
there's just people in the background like driving, sipping coffee, talking to each other. And like, okay, all right, it's clearly not that bad yet.
I notice they do that a lot more than they used to now, especially. It'll just be like some random, like even here, they'll have like some generic snowstorm that like it's not even that bad. Get like 5 inches of snow. They're like, it's called Storm Sam. So it's going to be cray. And you're just like, it's just like, it's a nothing day. You're like, all right, whatever. So
I remember when I lived in Buffalo, and I don't know if they do this anymore, but it felt like the most sensationalist BS. It might be real, but it always seemed crazy to me.
Yeah.
They had 16 inches of thunder snow. Do you have thunder snow?
I have seen thunder snow.
What a goofy ass.
Have you not seen thunder snow?
It's a thunderstorm, but it's just cold.
Wait, what? Well,
isn't that what it is? Thunder snow? Isn't that what it is?
It's just weird because normally when it thunders and lightnings and stuff, it's like warm out. But yeah, it's like snowing and thundering. So it's just kind of weird. But like, there's nothing like super crazy about it. You're just like,
no,
oh,
it just
that's
sounds terrifying. Thunder snow
Yeah.
sounds way worse.
It does. And when, in reality, it's just snowing and you hear some thunder and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like when someone says, there's fire, a lot of wind, we could end up with a fire tornado. And you're like, no, stop.
Although tornado sounds insane. You imagine you see a tornado, you see a normal tornado, you're like, oh shit, you see a fire tornado?
Fire tornado, yeah. I guess that happens in wildfires, but it's not huge, but it's like you can get caught up in like backdraft shit and then the fire whirls around and it makes sort of like a fire tornado, but it's not like, we're not getting what we're visualizing.
Right.
A giant, massive fire tornado sweeping across the country. That doesn't happen.
Plus, like, that could, like, pick up shit and, like, set it on fire and then throw it. Like, pick up Old Man Jenkins' house and then sets it on fire and all the little,
then
like...
throws it out of the other houses? That'd be devastating.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
One of the things I think is interesting about hurricanes is when they pick up stuff. Like, in the Amazon, they found a whale. And everyone was like, how'd the whale get in the... And it was a hurricane. Picked the whale up and threw it into the Amazon, dude.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Weather's wild.
If you think you have any control, that's why today I was like, all right, we got a hurricane and an earthquake. Yeah, okay. Like, what am I going to do about it? Nothing.
Well, while you're doing that, we went to the Renaissance Fair for the last time this year.
I saw your photo of you, and I assumed the witch who gave you all your powers.
Yeah, they actually had numerous little, like, thrones you could sit in. I just posted
pick
that
the
one.
witch one?
Well, I picked the witch one because I thought it was just funny.
It was.
There was
Confirmed.
the witch one. There was what the shit is this one? A Pegasus or a unicorn. There was... What else was there? Some, like, steampunk throne.
The most Renaissance fair of things.
Yeah, there's a dragon throne. A, like, British queen throne. And then there's also a kraken throne, which, funnily enough, I sat down in the kraken throne, and then I kind of bumped my head on the back of it because the wooden thing was sticking out, and I was like, listen, I didn't hit it that hard. All right.
Okay.
But in my mind, anytime anything hits my head, now I'm just like, but I've been fine. Don't worry. I mean, a few weeks ago, that probably would have re-aggravated everything I had. So I was like, thank God that didn't happen like a few weeks ago. But I was like, nah, I'm good. I mean, now I know concussion system or concussion symptoms. Systems.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know concussion systems. So yeah, it was fine. And then I wrote down some stuff I heard, which there's some top tier quotes there. All right, so here's some. All right, one was, "There's so many different kinds of people here." That was like a nice generic one, right? Somebody just being like,
I like
wow.
it because it's true. Yeah.
Then there
And not
was
necessarily in the good way. Let's be honest.
yeah.
As someone who's been to a Renn Faire, there's a lot of types of people, true.
Yeah.
Not necessarily all good.
No. Says the most wholesome one. It gets worse. So we got, "That guy's scary as shit, and I don't want to be his friend." No idea what he was talking about, but I heard it. Then we had this really drunk woman walking, and she said, she was on the phone. "Love your charming personality, especially when you're fucked up."
Did she say it like that?
Yes.
I love her for that. Such inflection. Like, you could have said, "I love your charming personality, especially when you're fucked up." But she was like, "especially when you're fucked up."
Yeah, she emphasized
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Then when we were eating at the little table thing, someone behind us was like, they were like laughing and yelling at each other, and the one person just said, "You did spit in my mouth today."
What?
Yep, that's all I heard. Then they,
You know what? Young love. I get it.
They were like 40.
Oh, well, middle-aged love.
Yeah. And then at the same table, the guy was like, "It's not about how much I drink, it's how long I drink."
That guy's actually kind of got it figured out.
He does. And then the last quote, really just the top tier one, was, "Yo, chicken fingers, anyone want to get chicken fingered?"
How old were these people you're talking? I mean, you had the 40.
These-
I don't imagine a
these are-
40-year-old was like, "Anyone want to get chicken fingered?"
These are definitely early 20s or like late teens.
Okay, all right. You know what? That kid probably thought thought that joke up. So
Oh,
it's fine.
100%.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. And then I also saw this one little place where it was like dig for treasure, and you like go in the sand and dig for treasure, but it was like for kids. And I was like, dude, I want to do that. I want like
Kids
an
get the
adult
cool
version of
shit.
that.
Yeah, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids get the cool shit.
They do.
They used to do that thing where you would dinosaur dig. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you mean.
Where they would have like a bunch of crap, and then you would dig, and then you would act like you were a paleontologist or an archaeologist, and then they'd be like, "Whoa, you found a stegosaurus tooth," but it was like candy.
Yeah. No, I think I know what you're talking about. I also did back then I did like, what do you call it? Rock, the things with the rocks and the gems and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like-
yeah.
Like I forgot what it's called. What's it called? Rock, like ciphering or sifting? Sifting? Is it sifting?
It could be. Sifting is kind of like what they do for gold when they pan for gold.
Yeah, it was like that. Or you like do the panning for gold type of thing. They need more of that. So yeah, and then we walked around, saw people, ate stuff. Typical Renn Faire, and then
I was about to say, saw people, ate stuff. That sounds like the Renn Faire.
yeah, so I was like, yeah, it was good. Nice.
Did you get anything to eat? Was it the standard fare?
Well, I got turkey leg last time, so this time we tried a brat. Brat was pretty good, and then a lot of alcohol,
Of course.
as is Renn Faire tradition.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and we got the mushrooms. You got to get your garlic mushroom and the pickle. Got another pickle for
Man, those pickles
the
are
electrolytes.
delicious. By the way,
Yeah.
can I just say, every time we talk about the mushrooms, every single time, and we sit here and be like, oh, those mushrooms good. Every time, someone is like, dude, you know there's poo-poo on the mushrooms, right? And I want to let you know, if that is true, which I don't think it is, I feel like they wash the mushrooms. But if that is true, it's still delicious, and I don't care.
Yeah. There's probably shit on a bunch of stuff you eat.
Definitely on money. If you have money,
Yeah.
I guarantee there's poo-poo on money. So,
Yeah, 100%.
and drugs apparently.
Oh yeah,
and
drugs.
poo-poo.
Probably all your fast food.
Yep.
Everything.
Yup.
So yeah, good time. It was hot. It was
yeah.
like it's like 90 something degrees today. It's pretty hot, but it cooled down as the day went on, so it was nice.
Does it
Towards the
usually
end,
get
it was
that
pretty
hot
nice.
there? I mean, apparently when I land Thursday for the live show, it's gonna be 105, bro.
Really? I didn't even see that. The shit.
That's what my phone said. I was like, what's the weather going to be like? Because I was thinking about what to pack, and it was like, it's going to be hot. And then it immediately drops. Thursday, the high is 105. Then it drops to 80-something on Friday. Then by the time of our show, it's like 70.
Oh my god. Oh wait, no. Tuesday's 100, and then
know.
Thursday's 92.
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, right here it says.
Can't believe we're doing a
Tuesday.
weather report right now. Chicago, Tuesday, it says 92 is the high. Wednesday, 101. Thursday, 105. Maybe it's because you're looking at where you live and not actual Chicago proper.
Oh wait, I'm looking at Portugal.
Well,
would
there's your
explain it.
problem.
Oh yeah, there you go. Thursday 100. All right, never
Oh,
mind.
wait, I'm looking at Portugal. How are you so off?
I don't know. I was like, yeah, this
You
makes
didn't
sense.
question it. You just went in.
Yeah, it was from our weather report a few weeks ago. I just clicked on. I was like, wait, Portugal.
Oh, man, that's so funny.
Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be hot. Normally, it doesn't get this hot, right? Well, I mean, it gets pretty hot, not like hundreds. So, and that's why then right after that, it drops to like 80s, high 70, which is more normal. So, at least it'll be, it'll calm down a bit. That's nice.
Yeah, I got, it got pretty hot here. So everyone was trying to hype up this pillow to me that was like a cooling pillow. That
Right.
at night, it like cooled you down. I was like, all right. So I bought one. I absolutely hate it. I hate it. It is this
Why?
pillow that, is designed in some wacky way that it cools you down. And when you put your head down, it is cool. True. But for some reason, the heat plus my cool head, every time I wake up, I'm covered in sweat. I don't know what's I don't know what's going on, but it makes me so uncomfortable. Last night I slept without it, fine. Totally fine. Exact same weather, I think the pillow, I don't know what it does. Like it cools me, but then my body's still hot, but my head is cold, so my body's still, it's a weird feeling. Not like dripping sweat, but like balmy. Like a thin layer of it's so gross. I hated it. I was like, this is trash. Not a fan.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah. It sucked.
I feel like a lot of those cooling pillows don't even work. Like they just feel cold, but they don't actually keep you cold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's another pillow I tried where I wanted one that was a little more firm, and it was just too firm. I have pillow problems. I can't find the right pillow, and every time I get a pillow and everyone hypes me up on how it's good, I'm like, yeah, no, maybe it's good for you. And that's awesome, but it's not good for me. And now I have another damn pillow in my closet that I'll never use because, I bought a crappy pillow because I was I'm just trying to find a pillow that works.
Yeah, that's the worst part with the pillows too. You gotta you try it, and then if you don't like it, you're like, well, guess it's another closet pillow.
Yeah, in case someone comes over and they need a pillow, I got plenty.
Well, you know what else you got plenty of?
Plenty of free time thanks to HelloFresh.
There it is.
Perfect. Fall's right around the corner, and HelloFresh is here to help you plan for a busy season ahead with tasty dishes delivered to your door. Simply choose your recipes, pick your delivery date, lay back, enjoy the last days of summer knowing dinner is covered. Sure, you got those end of summer blues. I understand. Kids going back to school. Maybe you going back to school. You got all sorts of stuff you got to take care of. It's just so much. And it can be stressful. Well, HelloFresh is here to make it so dinner is stress-free. They'll handle all the meal planning, all the pre-portioned ingredients, All of it delivered right to your home. It's homemade in a cinch. Plus, the best part is they offer variety. HelloFresh keeps your taste buds on their toes with 40 chef-crafted recipes to select from every single week. From family-friendly to fit and wholesome, you'll always find something new to try and fall in love with. I know that Crendor and I have been using HelloFresh for a long time now. I actually just got a box recently that had, oh my god, I had a shrimp and it was like a fettuccine that was delicious. I had a sweet chili pork and cabbage stir fry, delicious. It had the rice, it was exactly what I wanted. I even had a sweet potato and pepper quesadilla. It was vegetarian. Sometimes you gotta go vegetarian, that's just the way it is. And HelloFresh has those options for you. That's what makes it so great. So, if you want to get some good food delivered right to your home, HelloFresh.com/50COX. That's use code 50COX for 50% off plus free shipping. That again is code 50COX at HelloFresh.com/50COX to get 50% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh, it is America's #1 meal kit. All right, Crendor, let's go to Top 10. Crendor, how's that traffic out there?
Oh boy, the traffic is crazy because right now I'm flying over the Los Angeles hurricane. We're actually above the hurricane, so we're not getting hit by it. This is scientifically accurate. Looking down, it's pretty crazy. I see the whole thing. I see the eye. The eye's actually looking back at me. That's a little weird. I don't know where the other eye is, though. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Crendor. Stay safe out there, and the chopper that flies above radar.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It's powerful. And let's go to weather.
Woo.
I forgot it was weather, I'll be honest with you, because I was about to say sports, because it seems like everything we talked about is weather.
That's true. We have kind of talked about
Took
weather.
me a minute.
But
I was like, what are we doing on this show?
we do have a weather request for Axbridge, UK. It's super medieval. It's got like 50 old doors and a museum.
Yo,
which
that
I read
sounds
50
like-
old doors.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Sounds like your town.
Yep. All right, here we go. Axbridge, UK. It is currently 55 degrees, partly cloudy, day 72, night 59. Probably because it's like 4 a.m. there right now. Currently 54 degrees, humidity 95%, pressure 30.22 inches, visibility 7 miles, wind 5 miles an hour, dew point 54, UV index 0 of 11, and a moon phase of waxing crescent. 6:06 a.m. sunrise and an 8:21 p.m. sunset. Taking a look at the 10-day. We have 72 on Monday with fog. Tuesday, AM showers, 69 nice. Wednesday, 70 with AM showers. Thursday, 67 cloudy. Friday, 66 showers. Saturday, 67 showers. Sunday, 65 showers. Monday, 66 AM showers. And Tuesday, 65 showers. A lot of 60s with showers. It's England.
That sounds correct. What is it? Axbridge?
Axbridge.
You know, I need to know how it has its name. Axbridge. How did it get its name?
It's a great question.
Name.
It's only got 2,000 people in it. It's very small.
It's an old. All right, Axbridge, small town. Yep. On the River Axe. Oh, well, that's not nearly as cool as what I thought it would be.
Yeah, that makes sense why it's called that now.
Yeah, it's Axbridge. I get it, but I was hoping it sounds very Saxony or. Oh, the history of Axbridge can be traced back to the reign of King Alfred when it was part of the Saxons' defense system for Wessex against the Vikings. Oh, see, that's cooler, see?
That is cooler, yeah.
Right? Because it's like, don't come to Axbridge. We got axes. Yeah. You know what I mean? The whole bridge is made of axes.
That would be pretty sick. You'd show up and their whole bridge is axes.
Dude, try to cross this shit. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's okay. All right. It's all right.
Yeah. They got a place called the Lamb Inn. That looks pretty good. I was looking through there. In fact, that's one of the only places I see.
I imagine it's very small. It's like that town probably where, after CoxCon, we'd always go get Indian food.
Oh, yeah.
And that one little town, I'm pretty sure that was the only restaurant.
Yep.
You drive through there, there was nothing else.
There really was nothing. It It was probably like this, to be honest.
Yeah, I
right.
feel like it's the exact same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like, no, it's literally the Lamb Inn, and I don't see any other restaurants.
I see Amy's at the
missing?
filling station.
I don't even see that.
Yo, Amy's at the filling station? It's a filling station, but also not too shabby. I'm looking at what looks like a grilled cheese. Where they put cheese on the outside, and it's like a toasty plus tomato soup. That's a winner. That's a winner.
That is a winner.
Coffees, cakes, light lunches. Amy's.
That actually looks a nice little quaint place.
Yeah, that's not too shabby.
Yeah. It's all very British looking through. Very British.
100%. Hold on. Wait a minute. Am I looking at the right Axbridge?
I don't know. Are you?
Axbridge.
Wait, where are you looking at?
Bro, there's an Axbridge, one word, and Axbridge, 2 words.
Oh,
Axbridge,
yeah.
1 word, is slightly northeast of Axbridge, 2 words. Axbridge, 1 word, is near Weston Supermare, or whatever the hell that is, whatever that's called. And Axbridge, 2 words, is near Seaton, which is south along the coast.
what the shit?
Dude, I'm telling you. I was looking at an entirely different place.
Oh my Jim, no wonder.
You can't have 2 things named the same thing so close to each other.
Yeah, what the shit? This is yeah, I looked at the one, it's all one word.
Yeah, and I see that now, and I see that it has the Lamb Inn, and that's it. The one I was looking at was barely a town, so I thought it was the same thing. I thought we were talking about the same thing. It might just be a bridge, dude. I might have just been looking at a bridge and place near it.
You probably were just looking at a bridge.
Okay, well, good to know.
Well, good to know. And that's the weather.
All right, let's go to sports.
Sports. Over at the sports desk. Ba-da-bap-bap-ba-da-bap-bap. Sports. By the way, speaking of sports, I was just thinking about this. I was trying out YouTube TV because we were trying to get rid of cable. So we had like basic cable, and I was like, we don't even really watch cable aside from sports. So I was like, I think I watch sports on YouTube. So I'm trying to do like sports with YouTube TV, and it seems pretty good. I've been doing it. Dude, YouTube TV is pretty solid. I'm liking it.
Do I get YouTube TV free if I have that? If I pay for whatever it used to be Red?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, then I'm fine. I'm all right. I don't need it that bad. I barely watch TV as is.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like it because it's got like NFL Network, it's got ESPN, it's got like it's got like your local sports thing. So I was like, dude, this is pretty sick.
Okay.
And it's cheaper, and you can cancel it whenever you want, unlike cable where they're like, sign up for our 2-year plan. And you're like, ugh.
Yeah, no, I'm all right.
Yeah. So anyway, we got preseason football going on. That's been pretty fun. We had baseball today. We got some baseball standings. Baltimore Orioles in first, Minnesota Twins in first, Texas Rangers in first, the Atlanta Braves in first, the Brewers in first, and the Dodgers all in first. And the wild card with the Rays, Astros, Mariners, and the Phillies, Giants, and the Cubs. Then we also got the Women's World Cup Championship.
Hey.
Which it's actually over. So Spain has defeated England. Look at that.
I'm sure the British are taking that well.
1-0. What a game there. In fact, who did you want? You didn't. I think you wanted Sweden.
I wanted Sweden, and who was playing against Spain?
Australia. That's what it was.
Yeah, I wanted Sweden versus Australia.
Yeah. So you got
I got
exactly what you didn't.
Yeah, don't listen to me. Clearly, I am wrong.
Yeah. I think this is what I predicted. I wanted Spain. So look at that. I got my prediction right.
You nailed it.
That top tier sports analytics here on the Cox Crendor podcast.
Man knows what's up.
And so that's sports.
All right, what's our fact of the day?
Our big fact of the day. Boeing used potatoes to test their in-flight Wi-Fi.
Wait, what?
Yep. It says, have you ever wondered?
What does that mean? Wait, what does that mean? Potatoes?
It says, have you ever wondered how Boeing tests their in-flight Wi-Fi? They use potatoes. Potatoes reflect and absorb Wi-Fi signals similar to human bodies. The project is even called SPUDS, which stands for Synthetic Personal Using Dialect Substitution, or dialectic. The potatoes must have been sitting there for ages. At least they don't get bored. Yeah, that's weird. They tested on potatoes? Like,
that is, I mean, what's weird about it is that someone had to have the idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at some point, someone said, potatoes. Bro, potatoes. And that's either incredibly genius or the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Like, a scientist would probably be like, it appears that the potato does have a great potential to absorb signals. Maybe we can test it with the Wi-Fi. Right? It had to be something like that.
I mean, I guess it's like potato battery-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that is true.
It's just weird that they were like, guys, potatoes. Follow me here.
Yeah, that is weird. I guess it says they couldn't ask humans to sit motionless for days, so they had to do the experiment potatoes. So, what do you know?
I mean, it checks out. It's just incredibly insane.
It is insane. And that is your fact of the day.
All right. What's our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Atlanta man attempts to rob nail salon, gets ignored by everyone.
Well, of course.
A man's attempt to rob an Atlanta nail salon last week didn't go as planned after the patrons basically ignored him. The unidentified suspect, with his hand in a bag as if he were holding a weapon, stormed into the nail salon last Monday demanding money. Although the man shouted, "Everybody get down, give me all your money," surveillance video showed he was ignored by customers and employees. The salon owner even decided it was okay to answer the phone during the attempted robbery while a customer stood up to go outside. The suspect snatched her phone as she walked outside.
Yo, the disrespect is out of control. That man came in there trying to rob them, and they were like, and?
They're probably like, finally. I don't have to do this anymore. Just take me out.
I could use a break. Yeah.
The salon, or eventually, the humiliation appeared to be too much for the suspect, who left the salon in a silver-colored sedan, according to law enforcement. Lisa Barrow, a regular customer who was in the salon at the time of the attempted robbery, told WAGA that the owner was indeed scared of the would-be robber, but he didn't react because he didn't want customers to worry. They come first, so that was his reaction, to calm everybody down, to keep everybody relaxed. The suspect was still on the loose as of Monday afternoon.
They can't find him because he's, like, hiding out of shame.
Like, man, you just show up, you're like, everybody get down, and nobody does anything. You're just like,
Yeah, that'd
please?
be like, nobody move, this is a robbery, and everyone just ignores you. Like, what a blow to the ego that's gotta be.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Well, that's Atlanta man apparently terrible at robbing nail salons.
He tried so hard. I think it says a lot more about the nail salon and what's going on there. They were like, nah, no, you're not. You're not doing this.
Yeah, it does. It's a top tier nail salon.
Yeah.
Unfazed. So that's that.
All right, and that's that for us. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We have socials. You go to youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, all one word. You can see all the episodes over there. You got playlists, you got everything, every episode. You got fun thumbnails. You can see, I don't know, listen to the podcast. You can also go on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. You can also go to youtube.com/Cox and Crendor. That's where all the animations are. You can also check us out on our main stuff. YouTube.com Jesse Cox, YouTube.com Crendor, Twitch TV Jesse Cox, Twitch TV Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor was taken, TikTok Jesse Cox, TikTok Crendor, Patreon Jesse Cox, Patreon Crendor, YouTube Cox Clips, YouTube Cren Clips, and that's it.
Okay, that's it for us. See y'all next time. And as always, to be continued.